What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Triple H gets backlash after addressing the Vince McMahon scandal, Cody Rhodes addresses the lawsuit and puts Triple H to shame, Cody lost a tooth last night, Roman Reigns versus The Rock still on, Brock Lesnar was replaced, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new website, WrestleMania.com. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Now, first story looks at Triple H backlash after addressing Vince McMahon's scandal. Our top story today examines last night's Royal Rumble press conference, in particular Triple H's controversial comments when it came to his father-in-law Vince McMahon. It was inevitable that a journalist at the Royal Rumble press conference would ask the head of creative about the McMahon lawsuit, and John Elba would ask the game if he had prior knowledge of McMahon's conduct as disclosed in the lawsuit. But Triple H would answer by saying, "I'm going to do exactly what you expect me to do here. Look, we just had an amazing week, a 10-year, $5 billion Netflix deal, Rock joining our board. We just sold out the Royal Rumble, put 48,000 people in Tropicana Field. I chose to focus on the positive. Yes, there's a negative, but I want to focus on that and just keep it to that." Triple H was then asked the question of what's being done to make sure people in positions of power can't take advantage of employees, and similarly to his prior answer, the game had very little to say. "I'll give you the most generalized answer I can. Everything possible. That is a very important thing to us, a very important topic to us. It's as simple as everything possible." Although it was apparent that Triple H wasn't going to say anything about the lawsuit, Brandon Thurston would ask the game if he had actually read the lawsuit document, and in a worrying answer, Triple H stated he did not. I did not. I think Cody mentioned it, that we all found out real time when you were there, and that's the truth. I'll go back to what I said before. This is an amazing week to us. At this point, I don't even want to get bogged down in the negatives of it. I want to focus on the positives and where we're going, and we're at the most exciting time of the year for us. We're at the most exciting point, to me business-wise, I think that we've ever had. Triple H then added, "I think it's the best positioning of this company since the Attitude Era. I've been through the era. I understand what it's like. I feel like we're in the middle of something that, while we may not be able to put our finger on it right now, 5-10 years from now on, we're going to be saying, wow, what a time that was. I want to focus on that." And naturally, Triple H's lack of concrete answers had led to much criticism. Even Dave Meltzer had a good take on this. "Your father-in-law was just accused of sex trafficking and rape. Everyone knows how much I personally like Paul, but this was bad. The most powerful man in history of the business was just removed in disgrace. This was really bad." Now, there is indeed the possibility that the head of creative is unable to address the case from a legal perspective, yet some fans believe that the game should have simply condemned the allegations stated in the lawsuit document and then just moved on. However, Triple H looked like he was avoiding the question more than addressing it. But Cody Rhodes also addressed the lawsuit, and he put Triple H to shame. Now, the 2024 Royal Rumble winner Cody Rhodes was asked by Nick Hausman about the allegations, and unlike Triple H, Rhodes had an appropriate and respectful answer. "I know as far as the news is concerned, we were finding out and reading the same things that you guys were reading. And you said a dark cloud, certainly. As far as TKO, Nick Khan and the board, they clearly took it very seriously, acted immediately. Looking at the future, I don't know the answer to that, and I think somewhere is really basic tenet of just, this crew more than ever from a roster standpoint is very family." He continued on by saying, "I've never seen anything like this. Most of the time wrestling locker rooms are fighting, talking trash about each other, making fun of each other, sandbagging each other in the ring, all that nonsense. This crew is very team-based, and perhaps that's the ingredient. Everyone is looking out for everyone, being accountable. I know for me as a performer, as a competitor, I've been through dark periods of our industry before, and it might sound cheesy, but it's very reinforcing if you're in my position that it's a time when you say, hey, we got 50,000 people out there. I want to give them something else. That isn't a terrible situation, terrible news. And I think we were able to do that. Obviously, as more news comes out, we'll be seeing it just as you do." Next up, Cody Rhodes loses a tooth. Now, speaking of the American Nightmare, it looks like he lost a tooth in the annual Rumble match last night. I found on Twitter notice that Rhodes' tooth went flying as he was hit by a Claymore by Drew McIntyre. Outside of the missing tooth, Rhodes seemed absolutely fine, and it's unlikely he'll miss any time away from WWE programming. Next up, Triple H throws shade at Forbidden Door. One of the more exciting elements of the Rumble last night was the inclusion of TNA star Jordynne Grace. TNA was name-dropped several times throughout the broadcast last night, and it's great to see WWE involving TNA in a major match, as it benefits both companies in the long run. Triple H would reference Grace's involvement in the Women's Rumble during the post-show press conference, and the game stated that he's not a fan of the cliched terms about what door people go through. It's exciting just to be able to branch out. I'm not going to use all the cliched terms about what door people go through or anything like that because it's stupid and silly. Although Triple H's attack on the Forbidden Door term seems random out of nowhere, fans are hoping that the partnership between WWE and TNA continues, and fans are already throwing out the idea of seeing WWE contracted TNA legends appearing at special shows. Names such as AJ Styles, Abyss and Bobby Roode are all under WWE contract, so it'll be epic to see one or more of their names appear in the promotion where they became household names. Next up is Roman Reigns vs The Rock off the table now. The heavy favourite heading into the Rumble last night was CM Punk. However, with Cody Rhodes winning the matchup, this guaranteed that Rhodes will be in a world title match at WrestleMania 40. Based on how WWE presented Rhodes' victory on the show itself, it was heavily implied that Rhodes vs Roman Reigns Part 2 is now set for WrestleMania, which obviously means that Rock vs Reigns isn't planned, at least for this year's spectacle. However, Dave Meltzer mentioned that the plan is still for The Rock to face Roman Reigns. The Roman and Dwayne match is still happening, I just don't know where, and Brian, you probably know where because you probably know discussions I may know too, and I can't talk about them, but anyway, the point is, it's still happening. As for Punk, it's still likely that he'll face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40. With Rollins being on the shelf currently, it makes a ton of sense to have Punk chase the world title opportunity, then the feud and rivalry between the two enemies can take full shape when Rollins is available for weekly TV. Next up, Triple H is high on Nia Jax. Since returning to WWE last year, Nia Jax has been presented incredibly well on TV. WWE have utilized her strengths, and for the most part, Jax has had great matches across TV and PLEs. Triple H acknowledged how high he and WWE are on the former women's champion last night on the post-show Rumble press conference, as the game stated that Jax had a fantastic performance in the Rumble match and she's winning people over. Also during the press conference, Triple H had endless praise for the women's Rumble winner Bayley. He referred to Bayley as constant and one of the all-time best. As things stand, if reports are to be believed, Bayley will challenge Io Sky at WrestleMania 40 for the women's title. And finally, Brock Lesnar replaced. Our final story today takes a look at a potential NXT call-up, as last night during the men's Rumble match, Braun Breaker had a standout performance. He went on a rampage in the match itself and he eliminated names including Omos and Finn Balor. Now it seems that this spot was intended for Brock Lesnar, as there were reports that he would be returning and entering the Royal Rumble. According to the Wrestling Observer Radio, Braun Breaker replaced him. Now Breaker was eliminated by Dominic Mysterio, so was the initial plan Dom eliminating Brock? That would have been huge. During a backstage interview following his appearance, Breaker stated that the main roster is now his home and he has unfinished business with the Judgment Day. I feel grateful right now. What an opportunity tonight was to make a statement, and I thought I did that tonight 100%. Things didn't go my way, but I'm not done with the Judgment Day by any means. Tonight I proved I belong on the main roster. This is my home now and I'm ready for the work. I'm ready to prove to my peers and to everyone there who believes in me that this is where I belong and what I was born to do. Judgment Day's got it coming, I promise ya. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
Forever and under the spotlight of voices smoking vine. Yes, I can move, I break it dancing. We love like you and me and just shine. I left for hiding when you sign. Forever I'm moving sign. Look at the grace of white. A mighty apple you swine. Love where I want. Love we love you. Forever and under the spotlight of voices smoking vine. Yes, I can move, I break it dancing. We love like you and me and just shine. I left for hiding when you sign. Forever I'm moving sign. Look at the grace of white. A mighty apple you swine. Love where I born. Love, we love you. Forever and under the spotlight of voices smoking vine. You take a move, I break it dancing. We love like you and me and this child. Left for hiding when you sign. Forever a movie sign. Love and a grace of white. A body opera.